Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as teach well. And also peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And in this video, I'm going to be going into the word edify. Alright, the word edify. Okay, and as you can see here up on the screen, I have the definition of the word edify, and this is off of google.com. It says, instruct or improve someone morally or intellectually. Okay, so to edify or edification is all about instructing somebody, giving somebody instruction, for the purpose of what? Improving that person, improving their knowledge, their wisdom, their faith, okay, improving their overall spirit. All right, edification, improvement. All right, both on a moral level and as well as on an intellectual level, which intellect goes into what? Understanding. Building up their understanding on things in life, okay, especially things in the scriptures, the Holy Scriptures, the Bible, okay, to be able to, make righteous judgment in their lives, to judge things rightly, okay. Then when you go to the synonyms, it goes into educate, instruct, teach, school, tutor. Okay, coach, train, says cultivate, all right, develop, all right, better, uplift, elevate. Okay, yeah, so edification, to edify, is all about bringing somebody out of a low mindset, out of a low vibration state, and that's exactly what this truth has done for us as the hopeful elect in these latter days. Brought us out of mentally and spiritually low places, okay, and raised us up with Yahushai, okay, to to be the best version of ourselves, to the best of our abilities in this flesh, while we're still in this grace period, okay, going through all the hell that we go through here in this final captivity, primarily in Babylon the Great, and wherever else, the elect are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This truth edifies us and uplifts us, all right, and betters us and improves our lives, and in all aspects, all shape, forms, and fashion. Okay, but notice, as you're reading the synonyms, you notice one of the main key words that sticks out to me is cultivate. The word cultivate. Okay, and cultivate, goes into basically goes into raising you up, okay, in a particular form or fashion, just like if you were growing a tree or growing a plant, you're not going to allow that tree or that plant to just grow out of the ground, all right, freely, and however it comes out. No, you're going to cultivate it, meaning what? As it's coming up, as it's growing, you're going to cut out particular parts from that tree or that plant that may be harmful to it, or that may prevent it from producing the proper fruit that you want to come from that tree or that plant, or the proper properties from that tree or that plant. Okay, you cultivate it. You form it into a certain shape or fashion. All right, and that's what edification goes into. Okay, and ultimately the word culture is synonymous. The word cultivate is synonymous with the word culture. Edification in the scriptures keeps us. Well, it takes us out of that wild olive tree state. That Gentile state of mind. Okay, and it brings us back to our true culture as Israelites. The law, statutes, commandments. Okay, and things like that. All right, edification is meant to cultivate us, teach us our true culture, okay, and raise us up to be the best versions of ourselves to the best of our abilities. Now, when you go down to the origin of the word, as you can see, the first line, it says from the Latin adis, and also from the Latin facere or facere, which means what? Okay, dwelling, make, or make dwelling. All right, and as you can see in the second line, all right, also from the Latin edificare. Okay, edificare, and what does edificare means? Build. All right, build. So edify or edification ultimately goes into building up. Okay, teaching a particular person or a particular group of people instruction, okay, to improve that person or that people, to build them up, to build up their morals as well as build up their intellect. And in this case, we as a hopeful elect, being that we deal with the scriptures, okay, the Lord has set up, particular men through the Holy Spirit, okay, in these latter days to, edify us all, us as the sheep, the hopeful elect, to edify us in the scriptures, to build us up, okay, and instruct us to be, perfect in the eyes of the Lord, according to our faith in these latter days. All right, let's get a few scriptures. Let's go to Romans. All right, Romans chapter 14 and verse 19. It says, "Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another." Okay, so it says, "Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace." Let's look up this word peace. All right, the things which make for peace. All right, I'm gonna let this play.
Strong's G 1515. Irene. Irene.
It says a state of national tranquility. Okay, national tranquility, because that's ultimately what we're going to receive in the kingdom of heaven. All right, our nation, the nation of Israel as a whole, okay, starting with the elect, starting with the 144,000, as well as a large multitude of Israelites, men, women, and children behind the 144. All right, including the 2/3 of our people that's gonna die on this side, and then eventually come back in the kingdom. All right, we're gonna have we're gonna be in an eternal state of national tranquility. Our whole nation as a whole is gonna be in absolute peace. Okay, under the authority of Yahushai in the tabernacle of David, the 144. Okay, so it says on the definition 1A, exemption from the rage and havoc of war. Yeah, so we edify one another, okay, so that we may be exempt from the rage and the havoc of war of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because here it is, as we're just a few days away from January 1st, 2023. Us here, here at Great Millstone, starting with our apostles and elders on down, we definitely feel that the year 2023 will most certainly be the year that Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to unleash a lot of rage and a lot of war throughout the planet Earth. Okay, as well as a lot of plagues. All right, famine, tribulation, blackouts, energy shortages, fuel shortages. Okay, layoffs and job loss, hyperinflation, all these things. All of these things are getting ready to happen, Lord willing, in 2023. You know, as the Lord's judgment throughout, not only throughout this country, but throughout the earth. Okay, but we as hopeful elect, we're exhorted in the scriptures to edify one another and to speak peace to one another. So that we may be exempt from all these things. All right, and that's what Ezekiel 9:4 goes into. That Tawah, that mark of exemption, which is ultimately the blood of Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, it says. It says under definition 4a, it says the way that leads to peace, salvation. Okay, so we're to edify each other, to lead each other, all right, to the best of our abilities to salvation. The things that are meet for salvation, which is what the fruits of the Spirit. Okay. Being diligent to the Lord to the best of our abilities, believing on the sacrifice of Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay, being a brother. All right, looking out for one another. Okay, caring for one another. Being wise in how we operate in this world. Amongst the the 2/3 in the heathen nations, whether it be on a job, all right, school. Okay. In a gym, whatever the case may be. Okay, all of those things ultimately, if we do them right, it all leads to peace with Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, salvation. It says under definition of 5. It says of Christianity, but we know the Lord ain't dealing with that wicked religion. But it says, the tranquil state of a soul assured of its salvation through Hamashiach. Yeah, assured. Okay, yeah, we want to assure ourselves as well as each other of the salvation that Hamashiach Yahushua is going to bring to us. Okay, it says, and so fearing nothing from Yahweh and content with its earthly lot and whatsoever sort that is. Okay, so not only speaking peace to one another, salvation and the fruits of salvation, the fruits of the Spirit, but also teaching each other to be content with our earthly lot, whatever lot that the Lord has set each and every member of the elect in these latter days, whether that lot be prophet or teacher, or being fluid in languages. Okay, knowing how to edit and manage videos well. Okay, helping out the body financially. Okay, throwing up prayers for brothers. Whatever your lot is, if you're of the hopeful elect. Okay, do it well and do it to the best of your ability. All right, because doing those things to the best of your ability all leads to peace between you and Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? So let's go back. All right, Romans 14:19 again. Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace. All right, salvation, and things wherewith one may edify another. All right, now let's look at this word edify. All right, I'm going to let this play.
Strong's G 3619. Oikadame. Oikadame.
All right, it says, as you can see, the act of building up, metaphorically edifying, edification. All right, on the definition A, the act of one who promotes another's growth in. All right, it says Christian, but it says in wisdom, piety, and what's the word piety, when you look it up, it basically goes into your fear and respect towards a higher power. Okay, and of course in our case, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, the God of all gods, the Lord of all lords, the power of the heavens and earth. Let's look it up real quick. The word piety. Okay, it says, this is from Wikipedia. It says, piety is a virtue which may include religious devotion or spirituality. A common element in most conceptions of piety is a duty of respect. See that? A duty of respect. And that's what edification, all right, in the scriptures does. It has that effect on us. Okay, it teaches us to have to show forth the duty of respect towards Yahweh Shema Shai, and as of course, as well as to each other as well. The church, the body, the elect. It says, in a religious context, piety may be expressed through pious activities or devotions, which may vary among countries and cultures. Okay. Then when you scroll down, as you can see, it says devoutness, all right, dutifulness. Okay, devoutness, dutifulness. All right. So edification promotes our growth as well as each other's growth into wisdom. Okay, the wisdom of the Lord, which is what? The fear of the Lord. All right, piety, which is respect towards the Lord, being devout. Okay, happiness as well as holiness. Okay, so edification is what brings true happiness, because it brings instruction, it brings you wisdom, it brings you respect as well as connection to your power, our power, Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, and as well, it gives us a purpose in life. Because look at the overall masses of people in this world that that are basically separated from Yahweh Shema Shai. These people in the world aren't happy. Even the ones that have that make six figures and seven figures and multi-millionaires and multi-billionaires. Especially those of our people that make that kind of money. Ain't none of these people happy, man. Because they don't have, they're not connected with Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, if anything, they're connected with Satan in order to to be blessed on that type of level, with that type of money. All right, but nonetheless, those of us that are being constantly edified, every day in the truth. All right, we're the ones that are really and truly that have something to be happy about at the end of the day, because we have hope. All right, and then as well, this word edify also goes into holiness. All right, under this definition 2a. Okay, so wisdom, piety, happiness, and holiness. All of these things goes into the word edify. Okay, it builds us up. All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 12. Even so ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts. Okay, because again, each member of the elect, okay, especially each member that's within the body, okay, on the front lines, teaching the word, doing videos and whatnot. Each brother has a gift in his faith, whether that gift be charity, okay, whether that gift be what they can contribute financially, whether that gift be going into history, understanding secular history and things like that to link to the scriptures, or whether that gift be going into the Hebrew and as well as going into different languages. Okay, some brothers have the gift of getting into different prayers and throwing up prayers. Also, certain brothers have the gift of overall wisdom. okay, and spreading knowledge and wisdom to the body. And of course, some brothers have the gift of prophecy, being able to go into prophecy in current events. Linking the things that we see currently in the world to Bible prophecy. All right, and many, many more. Each brother in the body has a spiritual gift from the Lord. Okay, and it's important now more than ever to be zealous in whatever spiritual gift that the Lord has bestowed upon you. It says, 1 Corinthians 14, verse 12, even so ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. See that? So we receive these spiritual gifts for the purpose of what? Edifying the church. All right? Let's look up this word. You may excel. I'm going to let this play.
Strong's G 4052. Perisuo. Perisuo.
Alright, it says to exceed a fixed number of measure, to be left over and above a certain number or measure, to be over, to remain. Alright, it says a thing which comes in abundance or overflows unto one, something falls to the lot of one in large measure. Okay, so basically, to overdo what is required of you. Okay, so not only, as we receive these spiritual gifts from the Lord, according to, whatever your lot is, not only do you want to do what it is that you're required to do, but you want to do, you want to do more. Okay, go that extra mile, as people in the world would say. Okay, you want to excel in using your spiritual gifts. All right, all for the purpose of what? Edifying. And as you can see, it's the same Greek word from the word edify in Romans the 14th chapter that we just read before, and it goes into what? Building up. Okay, building up, edifying, edification. Okay, helping each other grow in wisdom and piety, happiness, as well as holiness. Okay, that's what we have these spiritual gifts for. All right, via the Holy Spirit sent down from the Most High Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. All right, it's all for the edifying of the church. And of course, who's the church? All right, the elect of the nation of Israel, starting with the 144,000. All right, because that's what the Lord is building up in these latter days. The tabernacle of David. All right, the tabernacle of David, which is his spiritual temple, where the Spirit of the Lord dwells in these latter days. And that same tabernacle of David also serves as a priesthood to the Lord. Okay, after the order of Melchizedek, where we offer up spiritual sacrifices rather than animal sacrifices, like the Levitical priesthood did under that old covenant. No, we offer up our bodies as a living sacrifice, as well as offering up the sacrifice of praise and thanksgiving to the Lord. Okay, to His name. All right, and that same tabernacle of David also serves. Well, it is also ultimately going to serve as the governing body under Yahweh Shai in the kingdom of heaven. So the tabernacle of David has a large responsibility on the planet Earth. Right now, as we go forward into the kingdom, and so edification is most certainly needed. Okay, and those of us that have various spiritual gifts from the Lord. Okay, as it's just read right here in 1 Corinthians 14 and 12, even so ye, for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, that seek that ye may excel to the edifying of the church. Okay, we ought to excel with our spiritual gifts. Go over, go that extra mile. Be abundant in whatever gift that the Lord has bestowed upon us. All right, for building up His church, His tabernacle. his governing body, the tabernacle of David, the 144. All right. Let's go to Ephesians 4. Ephesians 4, and I'm going to start from verse 10. It says, He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens. And that's talking about who? Yahushua. Yahushua is the one who descended, came down on the earth 2,000 years ago. All right, through the seed of man, through the seed and offspring of David. All right, through the loins of his biological father Joseph. All right, to be a sacrifice for our nation. To be a way back to the Father. Okay, for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. All right, it says that he might fill all things. Yeah, because when Yahushua came on the earth 2,000 years ago, he came to fulfill all things written about him in the law as well as in the prophets. Concerning him, being a sacrifice for our nation. That is, okay. He came to fulfill Isaiah the 53rd chapter, as well as Zechariah 9:9 on down. Okay. Yahushua also came to fulfill that prophet spoken of in Deuteronomy the 18th chapter. Where it speaks about how the Lord would raise up a prophet among our brethren, whom we ought to listen to and obey. Okay. As well as various other prophecies. All right. Yahushua came to fulfill all those things. And then, of course, not to mention, Yahushua came to fulfill, all right, particular things written in the law. All right, that were of the law. Such as, of course, being our sacrifice. Our sacrifice to atone our sins. Okay. Our sacrifice to be, reconciled back with the Most High Yahweh. Okay, he came to fulfill the duties of a high priest through the Spirit. All right, and of course he was a sacrificial lamb without blemish. Okay, without sin. All right, Yahushua came to fulfill all those things. All right, so that now we can offer up our bodies and ourselves as a living sacrifice to the Most High Yahweh. All right, through the fruits of our spirit. Okay, so it says Ephesians 4 verse 10 again. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens. All right, yeah, all rulerships. Okay, because Yahushua is in authority over all things. Okay, under the Most High Yahweh. He sits at the right hand of the Most High Yahweh. Okay, you can't get no higher than that. Under the Most High. Yahushua is over all things in the heavens as well as in the earth, under the Most High Yahweh, his Father. It says that he might fill all things. Verse 11. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers. For what? For the perfecting of the saints. Okay, in this case, the saints is referring to the elect. So Yahweh, through Yahushua, gave us all of these men who will fulfill these particular offices. Are apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers, all for our perfecting. Okay, our perfection through the Spirit. It says, verse 12 again, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, all right, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach. All right, yeah, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach, the church. Okay, starting with the 144, the tabernacle of David, all right, on down to the large multitude. All right, those are the saints that are being perfected, all right, in these latter days. Okay, through the men that the Lord has set up in these latter days to edify us and teach us and instruct us and improve us. All right, through the Spirit. It says, verse 13, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God. All right, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. Hey, that's what edification is for. For us to ultimately come in the unity of the faith, okay, and acknowledge the Son of Yahweh, which is Yahushua, okay, our sacrifice and our way back to the Father, okay, and make us, perfect men and women and children through the Spirit in these latter days under this grace period, okay, unto the, according to whatever measure, all right, that the Lord has, set us up to fulfill, all right, through the fullness of Hamashiach Yahushua. That's what edification is all about. And as we just read in verse 11, the Lord has set up particular men to fulfill particular offices for our edification. Okay, for our perfection, for our measure of fullness. Okay, for us to unite in the faith, as well as acknowledge Yahushua as the Son of the Most High Yahweh. Okay, as well as our way back to the Most High Yahweh. All right, all of those things are done through edification. Okay. All right, yeah, that was pretty much it right there. So I'm gonna end it off right there. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Until next time, shalom.